Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. So I have a couple of things to talk about, but what I really want to talk about is is the CIA. So, oh yeah, big shout out to Kamala Harris. The border is now secure. The border is now secure. Or is it? I won't even get no further, but they shipped the migrants to Kamala Harris' house. Now, keep informed of what she did next when they went to her lavish house. Did she let them drink coffee? Let me make sure I'm not on mute. Did she let them drink coffee, or did they sing kumbaya? Did she let her people go? No. I can only imagine what this woman has done. And the funny thing about this, my best friend, my former friend that I thought was a friend, he's watching over an evil entity. And then I said to myself, well, anybody that calls me, I have to say this, anybody that calls me on national, like all the way from Washington, D.C., in so many years, we haven't even talked. Now he works for Secret Service. I don't have no respect for that guy. No respect. So never call me again, Mr. Bailey. I've known you since I was 15, and you reached out to me and you stated as Secret Service that you work for Kamala Harris. Bravo. But on top of that, you ignored me interviewing you, and you knew we were supposed to be like this. So don't contact me 5 years from now. Don't contact me 10 years from now. Leave me alone. You're one of the men that think because somebody is like me, I'm different. So never contact me again, and I will never contact you again. I just had to say that. If anything, if you do, I'm going to sue you. That's how bad I don't want you to contact me. Leave me alone, Jamar Bailey. Now, Marty Kaiser, which was my neighbor, he works for the CIA. He worked as a contractor selling stereophonic equipment, sonar equipment that is small as a piece of a rock on the ground, not a rock. I know all the drug addicts like, what? She said rock? No, not that type of rock, but a tiny little splinter of a hair type thing. You press it up against that thing and you can hear distances. And they done solved so many cases, you guys, because of his technology. He didn't even go really to high school, or he wasn't Kuma Sulante. He was seriously a regular guy. And when he went to school, he did pretty good, but he made all the radio equipment that the police wear, all the radio equipment that the FBI have, and all the radio equipment that the CIA have. Some of it. But then they booted him and kicked him to the curb, and he had to fight for his freedom. Imagine that, another white guy fighting for their freedom from the FBI. They don't care about race. See, with the FBI, let's look at the history. You got somebody like Jamar Bailey that's done had DUIs for alcoholism. But you got somebody like Marty that's done contributed to this omniverse, black, white. I would not mess with somebody that is contributing to this omniverse. Very clear. So let's talk about what I wanted to talk about, which was the CIA. I gotta find it first, you guys. I done put so much stuff on here. Give me just, invisible agents. Okay. There's a rumor that certain children at young have telepathic tech capabilities. I heard it through the grapevine. Don't knock it until you read it. But certain young CIA agents are like, what is it? Telepathic, and they train them, especially if you're in the KGB. But I found it. Let me show it to you. Hold on. It's going to flip you out. I knew that was going to happen. I understand and proceed. Get off of Facebook. I knew I was going to mess that up. Hold on. I want to. You see this guy right here? Obama. The main one. The main one. The main one who ruined my life in 2011. I will never forgive Barack Obama. I don't care what his skin complexion is. If his wife ever say out her mouth again that she's oppressed, I'm going to say, well, what does that make me?
Demonstrating that the Islamic Republic of Iran has been building a covert uranium enrichment facility for several years.
This is the
Iran's leaders immediately suspected spies in their ranks.
Okay, we're going to let this go on for 2 to 3 minutes before I begin to talk, but I want y'all to focus, stay focused. Focus on the people, focus on the areas, and focus on the technology that they have created that we don't even know about. They got a big motherboard hover, like, think of a CIA. What does CIA stand for? Central Intelligence Agency, right? We're in the Central Intelligence Agency. Now, when you hear Central, what do you think? You think your central nervous system, right? What do your central nervous system do? Well, your central nervous system is your spine, right? To all those who know, they're like, oh no. So your central nervous system is your spine, and it coordinates with your brain, right? And your brain is like the motherboard of a system. Certain people can make it to 100 years old and never utilize the capabilities of their brain. Everybody has a brain. Everybody has either sonar to hear their way through the world or see their way through the world. Speaking of this, I was thinking about this out loud. Bats. I know people like, what? Some people like, oh God, I hope she don't say nothing. But bats. Y'all know what bats are, right? They can detect sonar. They're sort of like, if, as I'm talking right now and I'm getting closer to the cup, I can hear the cup getting closer and my frequency change. And as I let it go, my frequency becomes more clear. But if I was closed, if I was sort of blinded, or you mostly use sonar, I would be like, okay, stop. Right? That's what bats do. That's the relevance in bats. Now, I heard that the COVID came from bats, right? Did it? It came from bats, And so these bats, I don't know what breed they were, but bats have very, 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 very heightened sense of a lot of things, and they're very, very, very important. I'm not going to say anything negative because I can't prove it, right? But just look up bats and the COVID. And remember, after the COVID hit all the way in China, what did we have to do with China? What did we have to do with China invading and killing their people and spreading it over here? How was that Trump fault? Please answer me. Nobody can. No. And ask yourself this: what has he done? What has he done except not release his taxes? I wouldn't release my taxes. It's nobody's business. Every time you tell somebody something, they twist it. To 24 to 42 people went to the government Wuhan laboratories after the outbreak, right? To investigate how it spread it in China. And nobody knew. I don't care, if this is going to get me poisoned or in trouble. I don't care. There are Chinese people that are just as mad at Z for doing this. But like Trump said, we have more better technology. He do. I don't know about Biden, but he said it. And nobody that was president at that time would say we have better technology than Z and Putin put together. I don't care. Putin is putting people on his hit list, poisoning them. Case in point, watch the show.
Orders were given to hunt down those who had disclosed nuclear secrets. In the process, Iranian intelligence came across an encrypted platform where CIA agents exchanged information.
The Iranians, who were also very active in Iraq, had somehow been able to compromise that system.
If Iran could crack the secret CIA messages, the lives of hundreds of agents would be in danger.
With supercomputer-generated cryptographic systems, you need a supercomputer to attack it.
China has some of the world's fastest supercomputers and good relations with Iran.
Okay, here I go again on my own. So China has one of the if you're watching, let me rewind. China has one of the most supercomputers in the world. China has built its own sun. China is in our future. China is the future. Believe it or not, whether I like Z or not, that's neither here nor there. What I will say is China is in the future. We're in the present. Hawaii is in the past. California is in the past. Believe that. Asia is the future of this world. Not saying that they're going to futurize anything in our world, because if it was like that, they would have sent the sun out of space. But the funny thing is I was talking about not building a new sun, but what I was talking about was harvesting, sucking up the energy into a condensed machine and teleporting it. Because if we can teleport what we say, and if we can teleport an email, we can teleport lights, because lights are all around us, you see, into an energy source and disperse it back into the sky where it needs to be. Not to sit up there and build your own sun in a factory or a gigaplex factory. And what are you doing with the second sun? As soon as I said something about a sun, all of a sudden, a couple of months later, I see they building their own sun. So I don't know.
So it may be that the Iranians passed the intercept over to the Chinese. They processed it. They were able to decrypt it.
With the help of the decrypted messages, the Iranians exposed the ring of CIA agents. The discovery had unexpected consequences. Several from the CIA switched sides.
a number of important cases of CIA officers who were turned by the Chinese and were working for them.
Most damaging to the CIA was Jerry Lee's betrayal. From 2010, he helped Chinese intelligence unmask at least 20 CIA.
You see that? Now we got a banging military system. Y'all rock. I ain't throwing up no demon songs. Y'all rock. And I was a veteran. But look at those faces when you see them. Do they look normal to you? Do they look normal to you? They look machine-like. They turned our CIA agents. I'm never turning on the United States. That's some sick stuff, Z.
Informants in the country. They were jailed or executed. In one case, the punishment was especially cruel.
Not only was the spy executed, but also his pregnant wife was executed as well. This was done on closed-circuit television so that the people in the ministry where he worked could witness the event.
China's intelligence operations range from extremely brutal to almost silent.
A former senior official in the NSA said that Russia is like a hurricane and China is like climate change.
I think that in the 2020s, we'll probably see the Chinese spying the heck out.
Look familiar? Those who haven't seen it's like, what is going on? All the Nigerians is like, what is going on? The ladies are like, I knew it. I seen it. So look at this very carefully. You see what they do? Facial recognition in China. That's the part they want you to know, that they know that you know that they're facial recognizing you. Right? You see that guy right there? They got his name, his birthday, his social security number. Everything about him is on this form. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The woman. So let's continue.
Out of us. On the other hand, we'll be spying the heck out of them.
Oh, I have to say this. I know y'all mad at me, but I have to say this. Remember what I said? This is my second time seeing this video. Remember what I said when I said China is spying on us, Russia is spying on us. Almost everywhere with that type of technology now is spying on us, but we're spying on them. And what's even way stupid is that above, way above, beyond what the White House knows, is spying on them in China, in Russia, and everywhere else. Beyond what Russia knows, beyond what China knows. They can have so much technology, but beyond what they know, they're being spied on too. You can't deny that.
In mid-2019, a Chechen man was crossing Berlin's Tiergarten Park. The man was living in Germany under a false name. Out of nowhere, a cyclist appeared, carrying a pistol with a silencer attached. The victim, Salim Khan Khangoshvili, was shot 3 times. For years, he had fought against Russia as a militia leader in the Caucasus.
Das Opfer hat eine sehr bewegte.
This is what Russia do in China. When you go against them, they make you pay. They got people on hit lists. They probably got me on a hit list, or they're probably very close, which I don't care. I don't care because I'm fighting for these advanced civilizations above and below. I'm fighting for these primitive humans around me, it virtually everywhere. I'm fighting for everyone. I'm not fighting to suck up to you. You're evil. Anybody with Satan 2 missiles, people don't care or they shut up. You have Satan 2 missiles. Did y'all know it was called Satan 2? Either he is Satan or he's working for Satan.
The victim had a really checkered history in the Chechen wars. After that, it was clear that Georgian intelligence had maybe recruited him isn't the right phrase, but he definitely cooperated with them. He was used for negotiations, for example.
In 2001, Khangoshvili joined the Chechenian military resistance movement, which later became the Islamist Caucasus Emirate.
Nachdem offenbar auch in Georgien schon ein Anschlag
After an apparent attack on him was only narrowly stopped in Georgia, he went to Ukraine. His contact from the Georgian intelligence service is still working there today.
Das heißt, Russland muss
That means Russia must have considered this man an enemy 2 or even 3 times over. That apparently put him on a Russian intelligence death list.
eine Todesliste des russischen Geheimdienstes gebracht hat.
There are said to be as many as 20 targets on that list. Russia wants revenge. The suspect in the Khangoshvili killing is also suspected of a 2013 shooting that was caught on camera in Moscow. There, too, a bike was involved. The suspect is Vadim Krasikov, a former soldier.
Because of a lack of Russian cooperation on this issue, we've expelled 2 Russian embassy employees from the country.
But Vladimir Putin was unmoved.
Это боевик, причем очень жесткий и кровавый человек. Российская сторона неоднократно
The
ставила.
Russian side had repeatedly asked our German colleagues for the extradition of this bandit, this murderer. Unfortunately, there was no agreement on the issue.
Hello? Yes.
The world of intelligence services can be brutal.
Oh,
Zum anderen
I am
signalisiert
fine.
It
Can I
also
call you
signals
back?
the
I'm
extent of
actually
one's
doing a
power
live
to other
segment.
nations. When it comes to achieving goals through lethal and military means, restraint has fallen away because the international community simply hasn't done enough to correct the situation. It's effective, so it's used with less and less restraint.
When the suspect went on trial in Berlin, Russia and its intelligence services were also on the dock. The accused denied everything, calling it a case of mistaken identity.
So, case in point, I've seen this part already. And what the guy does is he sat up there and he killed a superior political higher up, and then he had a trial and he denied everything. Everything. He was the fall guy. Or he denied everything because he was possessed during that time to do it. And then like that. People don't believe in hypnosis, but I hypnotized myself last night, and every other month I do it through a guy named Steve Jones, and I'll show you that. He's starting to put stuff on here. I'm not going to show you the one that I listen to per se, but I'm going to show you the one that hold on. I'm a, I have to be somewhere very clear minded to because that's an hour long film. So I just wanted to show you snippets and highlights of, and I have it on my page. You have to watch it, you guys. You have to stop hiding silently because Obama is in on it and everybody else that's Democrat. Now, in on what? I don't know. I raise my right hand and say, I don't know. But I know he played a key role. I know Biden played a key role because while they were president, bad stuff happened to me. So you can't say that they didn't correlate it. And to shorten and condense this show, we have mother supercomputers that can detect our facial recognition. You got Facebook with facial recognition. You got the CIA, the Pentagon. I mean, literally, if they want, they can see your soul. That's as far as they can go, right? They can see your soul. If they got facial recognition and eye recognition, everybody's eyes are different. Everybody's thumbprint is different. Everybody's voice recognition is different. Don't believe me? Don't believe me? That's if somebody can see somebody's soul, they can predict them. If somebody can predict the future, they say it on this show. You just have to watch at least 15 minutes on it. They say it on the show that they can predict what the humans in the United States does through their mother computers here in the United States, which Obama, Bush, and Biden is getting stronger and stronger. This supercomputer, they're funding it, trillions of dollars to spy on us. It started with Bush. They said, watch out for that red dot on them flat screen, smart screen TVs. It's a camera in there. Nobody believed them. Nobody believes me. But it's all good. I'll leave it alone. I told y'all, what I told you. I want y'all to grow. We have no imagination these days. We only have basic imagination. You go too far, like talking about a time machine, talking about a K-cloud smoke detector, talking about a love drug, talking about different things to help cure cancer, to help cure AIDS, to help cure. You too much imagination. You're supposed to have a certificate that say scientist. Well, look over there. Look over there at those wonderful people. They're young scientists, and you limit their ability. Oh, speaking of that, the state of California is going to hell, man. Guess what they did, you guys? They're trying to make it legal to consume hallucinogens. They're trying to give reparations to Black people, which Black people's stupid enough to go with that and think it's going to go into effect just like that. So what are they going to do? They're going to vote for Biden. Oh, Gavin Newsom is going to help us get reparations. Y'all won't see no reparations until 2028. But they're putting it into effect now. And your worth, look, I'm just keeping it real. It was a rumor saying that everybody that transitions over here from Mexico will receive $450,000. right? But then Biden cut it off. Now, African Americans in California will only receive 250,000. So their lives are more than our lives, even though we went through slavery for hundreds of years. Talk about corrupt. California, if you ever move there and you're African American or lower class Caucasian, you're going to have it bad. Bad. You're not going to make it. You got people eating mushrooms. Mushrooms? They're making mushrooms legal. That is sick. And that's why Trump never goes. Let me see if I can find that thing. Hold up. I found it. I want y'all to see it.
Conservatives have disrupted even the farthest leftists on a college campus. Right? It doesn't happen that way. We're willing to listen. We're willing to listen. See what I mean? And that is the problem. And the reason oftentimes it doesn't make sense to do the Q&A is not because we're not willing to talk about the questions, because we do. Now, it's because people hijack it with nonsense, looking to go for some soundbite. You have people spreading nonsense, spreading hate to try to take over that room.
No,
that's the real issue.
Because you're not making your parents proud by being rude and disruptive and discourteous. We are happy to answer a question. Respect the people around you so that they can hear. You don't play by the same rules. Let me
You Kimberly Guilford? Kimberly Guilford? You don't play by the same rules. She is so funny, and she's right. California don't play by the same rules. California don't play. So if you, like I said, don't go to California. You need to let California suffer, because that's what they're going to do, is suffer by the hands of Gavin Newsom, by the hands of Mayor, whatever her name is, of Santa Maria, by the hands of everyone, because they cutthroat people. That's right wing, yes, that like Trump. And I'm black. You know they don't like that. I'm black and I like Trump. That's sick. Let me finish it. Kimberly Guilford goes off.
tell you something. I bet you engage and go on online dating because you're impressing no one here to get a date in person.
The funny thing is they don't even know. They're saying America first. They're saying America first. All these young college students has been manipulated and mind control. They don't even know what they're saying. They're actually saying America last. If they're booing people like Donald Trump Jr., who wants to explain the truth. They're making America last. Like, did you see the inauguration? No, did you see Biden's speech in Philadelphia? It was red and blue with the Marines behind him. And what did he do? The MAGA Republicans. That's like me saying, you know what? God is wrong. I've never said that out my mouth, that God was wrong or that God is a bad thing. But with a little manipulation and a little mind control, I bet you can manipulate somebody into thinking God is bad because nobody have seen God. So we lose faith, right? When you can't see something physically, you lose faith. When you can't see the miracles, even though you hear about them. And remember this, I'm going to end with this. So many people, God, I need a new pair of shoes. God, if I get married tomorrow, it's going to be so wonderful. God, give me that car so I can make it right and go to work. God gives you what you want on Wednesday, and y'all all make a promise. Y'all all make a promise to be at church by Sunday if you get what you need by Wednesday. And what happens? You get what you need by Tuesday night. Sunday rolls around. You're nowhere to be found in church. You lied to God. Months later, when you need him again, you say, God, I'm sorry for that last time. But this time, some people frequencies are just easier to receive God's request than others, but that doesn't mean you are going up to heaven. You can know the Bible word for word, verbatim for verbatim, like Nancy Pelosi, like Biden, but that doesn't mean you're going to heaven. A real trooper learns from their mistakes. A real trooper goes through real life issues, not no fake propaganda issues. Oh, he doesn't like me no more. No. Leave it alone. Walk in my shoes. Like I was explaining yesterday, I get ambushed by my sister, 6 months pregnant. I was talking to God last night, and I'm going to tell you the things I told him. I walked in 5 minutes after my mother passed away from colon cancer. My sister ambushed me when I was pregnant. My sister told my children to go in a room, a bathroom, run the water, and lock the door. Right on time. That's just the brink of what I've been through. Now, how would you think I felt about her? Or how would you think I feel about somebody that broke my mother's nose, that broke her arm, that did so many horrific things, called the Caucasian race out of their name? I had to be there to hear that BS because this is who I lived with at 5, 6 years old. I would never, ever do that. Since yay high, I've been being like, I ended up having my child early because of my sister. So how do y'all think I feel? 2 pounds and 8 ounces. This is 1.8 pounds. So 2 of these together, the diaper was half this size, if not that size. And then they took my children. not social services, but the grandmothers, right? Grannies, bravo. Y'all got together. Y'all been colluding and trying to keep stuff away from me. But y'all are gonna pay. So in this life, you do evil, you get by. You talk about people like they talked about Jesus Christ, you get by. Y'all are gonna pay for doing this to me. Y'all gonna have to see my face. Y'all gonna have to see my face in heaven. And one day, you're gonna drop to your knees and apologize. And then I'm gonna kick you in the face and send you down to hell. There's gonna be no talking. There's gonna be no, I understand why you did what you did, because what you did was vindictive and evil. And you know what? My aunt, I'm gonna tell you a story and then I promise you I get off of here. She had her son, my cousin, choke me out until I blacked out. She slapped my mother in the face. She slapped us in the face. And then what happened? Troy got AIDS and her legs are cut off. So I think that they're fulfilling their prophecy on this earth. So if you keep messing with me, being vindictive, y'all gonna pay on this earth eventually. Because nobody did nothing to y'all. And I don't need to see it. I don't need to be around it. I don't even need to get wind of it. How are you feeling, Jessica? How are you feeling, Aunt Janet? And how are you feeling, Troy? You had a second chance. You lost your kidneys. My sister gave you a kidney. And you still were reckless and drunk. This is my life, though. One last thing, 2 minutes. In the shower. This is all I was talking about last night to God. In the shower. Sud stuff. The shower turns off. Soap everywhere. Soap everywhere. I had to wipe off with soap on my body. No water. Right? Funny, right? Dysfunctional. That's what it is. And he made it known he did it to me. I'm 15 years old and he was talking about paying a water bill. Who at 15 years old pay a water bill? He was stealing my tips. I was working at Friendly's. How does an adult man that sells cars purposefully steals your tips? So he deserved everything that's coming to him. One 30 seconds. My brother, he got shot in the chest. I was there before I went into the military. And he called out my name. But he called out Tanya's name. He called out Adaria's name, Quentin's and Quisha, all of everybody in that house. We were all upstairs. And the screen was shut. The intentions of the murderer was to, what was they going to do? They were going to kill everybody, shoot everybody in the house with the 40 cal. But he shot my brother because he couldn't get through the screen. So I was the only one that answered to him, and I thought he was lying. Until he turned around with a pool of blood on his chest. So I called the 911, and they cracked open his chest. He has half a lung. Now, let's see what he's done. 20 seconds. Let's see what he's done since then. When I went into the military, in the Army, he didn't watch my children. He took my money. He did a lot of evil things. He stabbed his wife, his girlfriend, several times in the leg. He stabbed a picture that I got from Korea with his face, a family picture. So these are the reasons why I distance myself from my family. They're sick. They're very sick. And now my brother is in jail for meth. But has the FBI knows he's admitted to doing more than just being caught with it. This is a person that should be at Guantanamo Bay with the rest of those demons. And that's why karma came back and slowed him down. But after he got better, he did even worse. He was in a high-speed chase in my car. Sick, right? I will never forgive my family for putting me through this. I will never forgive them. Anybody, even the nieces, the nephews, y'all are sick. I would never want nothing to do with y'all. Period. Hi, Mr. Lloyd. The Grinch stole Christmas. No, seriously. Thank you. And Merry Christmas to you. And when I get a chance, I'll call you. If you don't pick up, I'll still try to reach out. But thank you for reaching out to me. And I'll end it there, you guys. You know, I have a sick family. And I asked myself, is this the technology that Obama's created over the years? Or Bush? Because I don't understand. I thought families, even though they don't like each other, they get along. But this is sick. My whole life has been dysfunctional. If I could throw up the middle finger sign to the Democrat presidents, I would. Thank you.